What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Fast Breaker Tundra Baller. I'm excited that you guys here at 11 a.m. on a Saturday. If you guys are listening live, we have a lot of things to talk about today, like Cal State Fullerton basketball and other big NBA news, and a lot of Clippers. So let's talk about it. This is episode 5 of season 2 of Fast Breaker Tundra Baller. This is my second semester of being here on Titan Radio and the second semester of Fast Breaker Tundra Baller. So once again, I'm excited that you guys are here. If this is your first time here, I am Mario Duenas. I'm a 20-year-old Clipper fan. I've been a Clipper fan ever since I was born, pretty much. I'm a huge Clipper fan. I'm a season ticket holder. This is my second season as a season ticket holder. I am part of the swell, the people that do the distractions at Clipper games when the opponents are shooting free throws. So that's pretty much me, and pretty much my dream one day is to work for the Clippers and pretty much be a reporter, a journalist, any of that of some sort. I'm keeping my options open, opening my doors to a lot of things. So we have a lot of things to talk about. So once again, we're going to be talking about Cal State Fullerton men's basketball because they really turned things around from being in last place last season to being third in the conference. So that is a pretty big jump from 1 year. And then we have some NBA history we have to talk about. You guys probably seen it last Tuesday. And then we have some Clipper games to talk about. So the first thing that we're going to talk about today is Cal State Fullerton men's basketball. They really turned things around this season, like I said. So last season, they had a 6-26 record. And in conference, in the Big West, they only won one game. They were 1-19. So pretty much their 6 wins. This is all their 6 wins. Against Idaho State by 1, 62-61. Then against Pepperdine on the road, 72-63. La Sierra, 61-55. La Sierra is not a D1 school. It is a NAIA school. If you don't know what a NAIA school is, it's a separate division in college outside of the NCAA that could recruit at any time during the year. So in the NCAA, there are times when coaches could recruit, and there are dead periods pretty much where they cannot do anything. So, but they also offer athletic scholarships too in the NAIA. But in the NCAA, since there are 3 divisions of NCAA sports, Division 1, 2, and 3, they only offer athletic scholarships to Division 1 and 2, and they do not offer any athletic scholarships in Division 3. So athletes in Division 3, they can still get financial aid and academic scholarships if they qualify for it, but they can't just get athletic scholarships pretty much. So NAIA schools, there are usually smaller schools, but they balance both athletics and academics. It's not like a Division 1 where they really emphasize sports a lot more. So the next win that they had was against Denver, 74-59. And those 2 wins that I just talked about right now against Denver and La Sierra, that was our only win streak. So their longest win streak of last season was 2. And the next one was against Noble, 93-60. This is a NCCAA school, not the NCAA, NCCAA. So that is the National Christian College Athletics Association. So it's like the NCAA plus another C to put the Christian part in it. So it's completely different from the NCAA and NAIA pretty much, and is considered lower than Division 3 and NAIA schools compared to the level of competition. And then their one conference win was against Long Beach State, or Cal State Long Beach, 83-67. So they finished the season losing their last 12 games. So a lot of these losses too, they were pretty big losses. They lost by the average margin of 20 points. with their 26 losses, and they won by an average of 11 points in their 6 wins. So I'm going to just talk about some of the big losses that they had. The first four that I'm going to talk about is on the road. So it was against Stanford, 80-53. Colorado, 83-53, a 30-point loss. Against Oregon State, 70-51. And UCLA losing by 33, 80-47. The next two, they're at home against Cal State Northridge, 95-65. Then UC San Diego, 90-51. And the last three is on the road. So at Hawaii, 82-57. UC San Diego once again, 100-55. And Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, 100-61. So now going into this current season, they came with a almost complete new team. A lot of the guys either graduated or transferred. And the new guys, they transferred to Cal State Fullerton or they're new freshmen. And there was only one returner on the roster from last season, which is Kendrick Zaluna. He is one of the most productive players on the team right now. So, one of the most notable wins so far. So, was a season opener against Caltech, a Division III school, 136-82. This was the first game of the season, and that was the most points in program history. So, the most points that they scored as a team, 136 points. So the next notable wins that they had was sweeping UC San Diego. So they beat them both times when they played them in conference play. So in conference play, they play each team twice. So once at home and once away. They swept 4 of those teams in the Big West. UC San Diego, 88-71 and 75-71. The next team that they swept was Cal State Northridge, 86-79 and 90-77. That game was the regular season finale. That was a really big win, and that made them finish third in the Big West and breaking the tiebreaker on a 3-way tie, winning that tiebreaker. And the next one was Cal State Bakersfield, 82-66 and 88-80. And Cal State Long Beach, big rivalry, 71-61 and 86-82. So they finished a regular season 17-15 compared to their 6-26 record of last year, and they finished 12-8 in conference play compared to their 1-19 conference record last season. So they will play against UC Davis in the Big West tournament. So they are in the quarterfinals. They had a 1-week bye. So UC Davis, they had to play a game before playing Cal State Fullerton. They had to beat UC Santa Barbara in order to move on to the next round. So this is a single elimination tournament. So the day that you're hearing this live, it is the day of the conference championship, but I have to turn in this episode. I'm recording this on a Thursday, and I have to turn in my episodes 2 days earlier before it airs live. So because of rules with Titan Radio, low-key wish that I was able to do it, turn it on a Friday or in the morning of. But yeah, I wish I could stay current, but hopefully Cal State Fullerton is in the championship, and I would be able to talk about, depending on how they do in the conference tournament, I will talk about whatever happened next week. And the only way that they're going to make it to the big NCAA tournament is probably by just winning this tournament. Because if a team wins the conference tournament, they have an automatic placement in the NCAA tournament. Or if you're ranked or have a really good record, pretty much up there in the rankings. But Cal State Fullerton is considered a low major school or mid major. So they're not the top teams, like Duke and North Carolina and all of those schools like Arkansas, Kentucky, Kansas, all of those schools. But Cal State Fullerton, they are down there, but hopefully that they do make it into the big tournament, because this would be really cool, because they have 4 NCAA tournament appearances. Their last one was in 2022, but they were a first round exit. They had to play against Duke in the first round, so that was a pretty tough matchup. And the last appearance before that was in 2018, and they had to play against another tough team also. They play against Purdue. I had some stats for you guys compared to this season and last season. So from last season to this season, they went from averaging 63 points a game to 83 a game. Field goal percentage, it went up from 40 to 45. 3-point percentage, 27 to 34. And turnovers, they brought down their turnovers by 4, from 15 to 11. And our head coach, Dedrick Taylor, he won the Big West Coach of the Year this year. So congrats to him. So now we're going to be moving on to NBA news for the rest of the episode. So we are going to be talking about the Atlanta Hawks and Magic City night. So you guys probably heard it, but I'm going to be talking about the whole story in big detail for you guys, in case if you guys haven't heard all the details yet. So last month, in February, the Atlanta Hawks announced a promotion called Magic City Night that will happen on March 16th against our Atlanta Magic. In Atlanta, there is a strip club called Magic City. On March 16th, they plan to have a rapper named T.I. performing and have lemon pepper wings sold. T.I. would also have a special live podcast recording with Magic City founder Michael Barney, who is also known as Mr. Magic. If anybody remembers this, I remember this a lot because I'm a huge Clipper fan, and this involved the Clippers. In the NBA bubble, where players and teams were playing in at one place at Disney World in Orlando, Florida, so the Clippers and Lou Williams. So when Lou Williams, remember, he won a lot of Six Man of the Year awards, and he was playing really good for the Clippers. And so Lou Williams, who was a Clipper at the time, he left the NBA bubble to go to Magic City in Atlanta. It was reported that he ate some lemon pepper wings with singer Jack Harlow. He broke the NBA bubble rules while doing this because you weren't supposed to leave without approval. This is during the time in 2020, everything was shut down due to COVID and or limited access to stuff and having restrictions, a lot of rules and stuff to prevent the spread of COVID and stuff. And COVID testing every day for all the NBA players and all the staff, pretty much for everybody. So he broke the rules because of this. And because of him breaking the rules, he had to be quarantined for 10 days when he came back. He got the nickname Lemon Pepper Lou because of this. That was a cool nickname, though. So after this was announced, Magic City Night was facing a lot of backlash because of the type of place that the Hawks were promoting. Lou Cormette, a big man for the San Antonio Spurs, talked about the Hawks not talking about the type of club that Magic City is. His statement is kind of long, but here is some of it. This week, the Atlanta Hawks announced a special one-night collaboration to celebrate the city's iconic cultural institution, Magic City, during the team's home game against Orlando on Monday, March 16th. In his press release, the Hawks failed to acknowledge that this place is, as the business itself boasts, America's premier strip club. Given this fact, I would like to respectfully ask that the Atlanta Hawks cancel this promotional night with Magic City. Please join me in petitioning the Atlanta Hawks to cancel this promotion so as to ensure that the NBA remains a safe, respectful, and welcoming environment for everybody involved. So after Cormette posted about this, Al Horford, a big man for the Golden State Warriors who played for the Hawks for 9 straight seasons, his first 9 seasons of his career, went on social media and pretty much agreed with everything that Cormette said. Eventually, the NBA announced that Magic City Night will be canceled. The Hawks will still have T.I. perform and sell those lemon pepper wings, but they won't have any of the Magic City stuff. They had merch, and it was available for pre-order, but whoever bought it, we're still gonna get it. The Hawks released a statement about Magic City Night being canceled, and they said this: "While we are very disappointed in the NBA's decision to cancel our Magic City Night promotion, we fully respect its decision. As a franchise, we remain committed to celebrating the best of Atlanta with authenticity in ways that continue to unite and bring us all together." So the NBA, they also had a statement about this. The Adam Silver specifically, he said, "When we became aware of the Atlanta Hawks schedule promotion, we reached out to Hawks leadership to better understand their plans and rationale. While we appreciate the team's perspective and their desire to move forward, we have heard significant concerns from a broad array of league stakeholders, including fans, partners, and employees. I believe canceling this promotion is the right decision for the broader NBA community." So that is kind of crazy, guys. I don't know why the Hawks would promote a place like this, or like a place like Magic City or something like this. But we have some more stuff to talk about before we talk about the Clippers. This is huge NBA history that we are going to be talking about here. So you guys probably heard about the news already, but since it's a big news, I have to talk about it. Bam Adebayo scoring 83 points. Who would have thought that he would score that many points? I don't think anybody would. His previous career high was 41 points. You would probably think somebody like, who knows, maybe Jokic, Shea, Kawhi, those players like that. You know, but that is really crazy. So Bam Adebayo from the Miami Heat, he had a game of a lifetime last Tuesday against the Washington Wizards. So here's how I found out. I got home from the gym, took a shower, and then I sat down on the couch with a TV on ESPN. It showed Bam scoring 79 points. It showed a video of a Jumbotron with 79 points next to his name. I thought that they were showing a typo. It's something that you couldn't really believe at first. It kind of feels like seeing the Luka Doncic trade at first. Everybody thought it was fake, but I thought that this was fake at first. So to check if this was real, I went on my phone and I checked the box score of the game, and it was still going on at the time with about a minute or two left. But Bam at the time, he had 81 points with less than 2 minutes left in the game about during that time. And then I turned on the game on TV, and I saw Bam shooting those 2 free throws to get it 83 points. So that beats Kobe Bryant's 81 points to score the second most points in a single game in NBA history behind Wilt Chamberlain's 100 points. So in the first quarter, he scored 31 points, shooting 10 for 16 from the field, 5 for 8 from 3, and 6 for 7 from the free throw line. His 31 points is tied with the 5th most points scored in a single quarter. Klay Thompson has the most in NBA history with 37. Second is Kevin Love with 34. Third is George Gervin and Carmelo Anthony with 33. And fourth is Karl-Anthony Towns and David Thompson with 32. At halftime, he had 43 points. He already beat his career high, which was 41 points. After the first quarter, he had 62 points. At that point, he now has the franchise record of most points scored in a single game, so the most points in Heat history, being LeBron's 61 points. During the fourth quarter, while we were up by 20, they were playing against Washington Wizards, by the way, so pretty much one of the worst teams in the league right now. Head coach Eric Spoelstra kept Bam in, and they let him try to beat Kobe's 81 points. But Wizards, they started doubling him, and that didn't work. The Heat, they were even fouling on purpose to give Bam more time to score, and missing free throws on purpose too to try to get offensive rebounds so they could get another offensive possession and more shots for Bam. And Bam shot 16 free throws in the fourth quarter. And with that, here is his final stats for this crazy game: 83 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, 20 for 43 from the field, 7 for 22 from 3. So he put up 22 threes. And he shot a record breaking 36 for 43 from the free throw line. That is the most free throws shot in NBA history. Here's what some people around the NBA had to say about this record. So, head coach Eric Spoelstra, an absolutely surreal night. Obviously, we've been blessed to have been part of a lot of big moments in this arena. This one, it just happened. Moments happen, and I'm grateful that we're all able to be part of it and witness it. Bam Adebayo himself. For me, it was just remaining calm, remaining locked in, and understanding that I can go for something special. I didn't think it was going to be 83, but to have this moment is surreal because, like I said, man, to be able to do it at home in front of my mom, in front of my people, in front of home fans, this is a mark in history that will forever be remembered. Kevin Durant from the Houston Rockets, an all-time great. I looked at the stat sheet. It was pretty crazy. 40 shots, 40 free throws, 23s. That takes a lot of stamina, man. It takes a lot of energy to go out there and put up those shots and also make them. Set a record, surpass Kobe as the second highest scoring player in the history of the game. Congrats to him. Huge compliment. Something we're going to be talking about forever. And then from the other side of the game, the Wizards head coach, Brian Keefe. You've got to give him credit. In the first half, he shot the ball terrific. He shot the ball really well. Obviously, he came out and had a little bit in the third too. They obviously kept him in the game, and there was a lot of fouls called. 16 free throws in the fourth quarter. I was trying to take the ball out of his hands. He still got 40 free throws from the rim. I can't explain some of these calls. That's all I gotta say on it. So now we're going to be moving on to the last segment of this episode. We're going to be talking about 4 Clipper games. So we are going to be talking about the games that happened since the last time that I recorded Thursday last week. So we're going to be talking about last Friday's game against the Spurs first. So the Spurs, they had a big start to the game. They were up 9-3 when Victor Wembanyama hit 2 threes and Julian Champagnie hit a 3 of his own 2 minutes into the game. The Clippers took the lead 3 minutes later. Then they brought their lead to 7 to end the first quarter. Brook Lopez was the leading scorer at the time with 9 points, and Victor Wembanyama leads the Spurs with 7. The Clippers were on the roll into the second quarter, though. In the last 6 minutes of the first half, they went on a 20-9 run to be up 20, 66-46 at halftime. Brook Lopez finished the first half as the leading scorer with 15, so this is a really good game for Brook. And Victor Wembanyama finished with 14 for the Spurs. The Spurs shot 9 for 27, 33% from the field, and 3 for 13, 23% compared to the Clippers' 14 for 13, which is 61% from the field, and 5 for 9 from 3, 55%. The Clippers started the second quarter to go on a 25-point lead, 75-50. But here is the bad part, though. After that, it all went downhill. If you guys listened to Fast Break with Tundra Baller last semester, I probably said it all went downhill a lot of times when I talked about game recaps. So here we go. So the Spurs went on the 11-0 run to bring the lead down to 14, 75-61. Then De'Aaron Fox scored 7 of those points, so more than half of those. And Victor Wembanyama and Julian Champagnie had 2 points each of those 11. And the Spurs, they brought the lead down to 11 after outscoring the Clippers 35-26 in the third quarter. Julian Champagnie almost had half of the points by scoring 17 of them. So if it wasn't for him, it probably would have been a complete different game. But, it's always, like last semester when I was talking about the Clippers, it's always the guy that you don't expect to go out, to go off. And, there were guys last semester that we were talking about, like V. Krejci, Cam Spencer, guys like that. And this time, Julian Champagnie. He went 5 for 17 from the field, making 4 of his 5 threes and making all 3 of his free throws. So now in the fourth quarter, with 7 minutes 11 seconds in the game, Devin Vassell hits a 3 to take the lead for the Spurs for the first time since the beginning of the game, 99-97. It was close for the rest of the game. Victor Wembanyama made a 3 to bring the Spurs up with with a minute left, 111-109. On the other side, Derrick Jones Jr. made a layup with the foul to take the lead by 1 with 52 seconds left, 112-111. De'Aaron Fox, he misses a 3, and then Kawhi misses a 3, and then Victor Wembanyama, he just ran to the other side to get a quick fast break dunk with 16 seconds left, up 1 for the Spurs. And here is the worst part of it. So the Clippers call a timeout, right? Nico Batum is passing in the ball. He passes it to Brook, and then Brook instantly passes it back to him. Nico didn't have his feet in bounds yet. And then when Nico touched it, Nico was still out of bounds. He had his feet on the line. I mean, his feet were inside, but not really. Like half of his feet was on the line, and the other half was on the court. But man, that was just an embarrassing play, especially in the clutch. Derrick Jones Jr. was wide open in the paint, and he didn't pass it. It looked like he was looking in his direction. Ty Lue said after the game that the play was for DJ, and he was just, I never seen Ty Lue mad. Like, he slapped the table, and man, that was just really embarrassing. So the Clippers, they had the foul right away, and they fouled Julian Champagnie, the guy that went off in the third quarter. He misses both free throws, but somehow he got his own rebound. And then they fouled him again. Or they fouled again. Not to Champagnie, but they fouled Stephon Castle. He made the first shot, so a 2-point game, right? And then he misses the second free throw. So they miss 3 of 4 free throws in the clutch. The Clippers did not get that rebound. Just like how Julian Champagnie got his own rebound just a second ago. Stephon Castle got his own rebound, and then he put it back up. That brought it to a 4-point game. And the Clippers just lost like that. They couldn't rebound, and the Spurs won 116-112. So here are some stats. Kawhi Leonard, 30 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. Brook Lopez, 26 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 steals. Victor Wembanyama, 26 points, 10 rebounds, 4 blocks. Julian Champagnie, 20 points, 9 rebounds, 5 for 8 from 3. De'Aaron Fox, 19 points, 9 assists. So the next game was the next day, last Saturday, so a week ago from today if you're listening live, was the Clippers and Grizzlies. So the Spurs game was on the road, and the Grizzlies game was also on the road. Darius Garland didn't play against the Spurs game, but he did play in this game against the Grizzlies. So as of right now, he is not playing in back-to-backs because of the toe injury that he just recovered from. So they don't want to bring him back, playing a ton of minutes, the wear and tear. So the Clippers, they were up 9-7 to start the game, but after that, once again, it went downhill, like the Spurs game. They had a lead at the highest of 19, the Grizzlies, but they finished the quarter up 18, 41-23. The Clippers made 0 threes. They missed all 4 of those shots. But the Grizzlies, they somehow made 10 threes. 10 threes. It felt like the 6-21 Clippers when they would allow a million threes from their opponents. It just felt like that. It was really bad. They made 10 of their 18 threes. But in the second quarter, the Clippers started to make a bit of a comeback. They made a single-digit game with 6:47 left, down 9, 47-38, and they tied the game with 2:58 left, still in the second quarter at 55 apiece. They took a lead a few times, but they finished the half down 1, 59-58 when Cedric Howard made a floater to take the lead. The Grizzlies only made one of their 8 threes in the second quarter, so they really fell off from that 10 3-pointer quarter. They should have stayed there for later, I guess, but they decided to use all of it now in the first quarter. Kawhi Leonard scored 15 points in the second quarter, so he really went off, shooting 5 for 7 from the field and 5 for 6 from the free throw line, and Derrick Jones added 8 points to that. The third quarter stayed close. The Clippers had the lead up to 5 with 2 minutes left, but the Grizzlies ended the quarter on an 8-2 run to be up 190-89. The fourth quarter was close the whole time again, though, with a minute 30 left in the game. Kawhi made 2 free throws to bring the lead to 119-118. Then Jordan Miller hit 2 more free throws to bring the lead to 3. Ty Jerome hit a layup on the other side to bring the lead down to 1 with 30 seconds left. Then Kawhi missed a 3. Then Bennedict Mathurin got his rebound to waste more time and take out the shot clock. The Clippers got fouled, and it was Bennedict Mathurin shooting free throws, and he made 2 more free throws to put the lead to 3 with 4 seconds left. So the Grizzlies, they called a timeout. They tried to tie the game when Ty Jerome shot a 3, but it was off. The Clippers won 123-120. So now they are 1 game below 500. Kawhi Leonard, 28 points, 5 rebounds. Darius Garland, 21 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. Bennedict Mathurin, 21 points, 10 rebounds. So a big double-double for him. Ty Jerome for the Grizzlies, 23 points, 7 assists. Cedric Howard, 15 points, 7 assists. And Taylor Hendricks with 18 points. Now we're going to be talking about last Monday's game against the Knicks. So the Clippers, they are back home. This game and the next game are both going to be home. So the Clippers started the game with a 9-0 lead by making 3 threes in a row from Derrick Jones Jr., Kawhi Leonard, and Darius Garland. And by the way, I was at the game too. They kept the lead the whole time in the first quarter and ended the quarter by 4, 28-24, up 4. Jalen Brunson had more than half of the Knicks' points with 13, and OG Anunoby had 7. The Clippers' points was very balanced, but Kawhi led the team with 7 points. The Clippers had as much of a lead as 11. They had a lot of momentum in that quarter, but it was Karl-Anthony Towns scoring left and right, just like Jalen Brunson in the first quarter. They were up 9, 64-55 at halftime. Karl-Anthony Towns really kept them in the game, and he scored 17 of the Knicks' 31 points in that quarter, going 6 for 8 from the field. Kawhi Leonard had 14 of the Clippers' 36 points. In the second half, the Clippers brought their lead up to 15 with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Then the Clippers started to miss some shots, and the Knicks, they went on an 11-3 run to end the quarter to bring the lead to 7, 88-81. There were a lot of Knicks fans at the game at Intuit Dome, and they were very loud during this time. It was loud enough to hear "Let's go Knicks" chants. It was crazy, and the entire time too, the Knicks fans, they were booing at our stadium while the Clippers were shooting free throws when it was supposed to be silent. But Bennedict Mathurin, he scored 12 points in the third quarter, which was half of the Clippers' 24 points. At the start of the fourth quarter, the Clippers brought their lead to 13, but the Knicks, they brought the lead down to 5 with less than 4 minutes to go. The Clippers kept hitting huge threes when they needed the most. Like Brook Lopez hit a 3, Derrick Jones Jr. hit 3, especially to bring the lead to 9 with Derrick Jones Jr.'s 3 with a minute 41 left in the game. Then Kawhi hit 2 free throws to bring the lead to 11 with a minute 41 left. But the Clippers, they were a little sloppy to end the game. They were allowing a few baskets. I mean, as long as they wasted the clock, but there was this time when Kawhi was bringing up the court, and it was 17 seconds left on the shot clock, so 1 second left to cross half court. He was about to cross it, but Ty Lue called timeout, and then after a timeout, the inbound pass led to a turnover. Then the Knicks scored, but it was just a lot of. It should have ended earlier. We should have gotten some more stops, but it was okay because the Clippers won by 8, 126 to 118 to bring their record of 500 with a record of 32-32 after being down 6-21 3 months ago. So here's some stats. Karl-Anthony Towns, 35 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists. Jalen Brunson, 28 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists. OG Anunoby, 22.6 rebounds. And for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard, 29 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists. Bennedict Mathurin, 28 points, 7 rebounds, a huge game from him. And Darius Garland, 23 points, 7 assists. So the last game that we're going to be talking about is last Wednesday's game against the Timberwolves. As I said, it was at home, but this was the third home game that I missed this season. And man, I wish I was able to come to this game, man. But it was really exciting to watch the second half. I was looking at the play-by-play in the first half, but I wasn't home until the start of the second half. So, but it was really exciting to watch. But let's talk about the game. So the Clippers, they had a big start going up 12-2. The Timberwolves are a really tough team. They have Anthony Edwards, Julius Randle, Naz Reid, Dante DiVincenzo, a lot of great guys on a great squad. So they were forcing a lot of turnovers on the Timberwolves. And they have a lead up to 16 at one point, 30-14. And they ended the third quarter by 11, 38-27. Anthony Edwards had more than half of the Timberwolves' points with 14. And Kawhi Leonard, he went out for 18 points. So, Kawhi, he is just the best player. He is definitely top one. Definitely. And the Timberwolves, they started the second quarter off hot. They went on an 8-0 run with back-to-back threes from Bones Highland. 9-0 run. Back-to-back threes from Bones Highland, a layup for Julius Randle, and a free throw from Kyle Anderson. They bounced back for the Clippers, though, and brought their lead to 9 at halftime, 74-65. Kawhi Leonard scored 10 more points in the second quarter, bringing his total points to 28. Maybe he was trying to chase Bam Adebayo's 83 points. The Clippers maintained a double-digit lead for most of the third quarter. They finished the third quarter up 11, 109-98. Kawhi Leonard, he scored 11 more points, so 39 at this point after 3 quarters. And Darius Garland scored 13 points in the third quarter. The fourth quarter was all about destroying the Timberwolves. They finished the game with a win, 153. Yes, 153-128. The Clippers are now above 500 with a record of 33-32. The first team in NBA history, first ever team in NBA history to go 15 games below 500. They were 6-21 at one point, and then go above 500 in the same season. And as I'm recording this last Thursday, they are 33-32. So when you guys are listening to this live, if you are, they played against the Bulls yesterday, and today they're playing against the Kings. So we'll see how that goes, and I'll definitely talk about that next week. And also, another record, well, kind of, it tied a record. The 153 points that the Clippers scored was tied a franchise record of the most points scored in regulation. This was when it happened a few years ago, when I don't know if you guys remember when the Clippers and Kings went to double overtime and the game ended like 178 to 177, something like that. But man, that was unfortunately the Clippers fell short on that. But here's some stats for you guys. Anthony Edwards, 36 points, 5 assists. Naz Reid, 18 points. Kawhi Leonard, 45 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Benedict Mathurin, 22 points. And Darius Garland, 21 points, 6 assists. So, guys, they are above 500 now. I can't believe how far the Clippers have come this season. It's just been amazing. I started making content on TikTok this season. And if you guys are not following already, my TikTok is Tundra_Baller_0. Tundra_Baller_0. It was just an amazing thing to see, and man, and I promised myself to post every time that the Clippers, or pretty much every time since I have free tickets or season tickets, I promised myself that I would vlog every game that I go to, every home game that I go to, and no matter how bad the loss is or how great the win is, I'm gonna post it. And as of right now, I kept that promise. I posted every game that 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 has happened so far, every home game, and I've only missed 3 home games this season so far. And I went to about 29 games, including 1 preseason game. So it should be about 31 home games in regular season, and there was only 1 preseason game. But yeah, it's been fun making content, and it was honestly not fun making the videos when the Clippers were losing, when they were 6-21. But I remember December 20th going to our 28th game. So we are 6-21 after our first 27 games, and we made and our 28th game on December 20th. Before the game, Tyronn Lue said, "Our goal is to finish 35-20 the rest of the way." So if we win exactly 35-20 the rest of the way, we would be 41-41. Ever since he said that, the Clippers have gone 27-11, and that is on the pace of going a lot better than 35-20. If we actually finished 35-20, we would have to go 8-9, a losing record, to finish off like that. But we are 33-32 right now. So, and it looks like we're gonna win a lot more games. We have about 17 games left. So let's see how this goes. And yeah, guys. But it's been fun making videos, especially when we're winning. And I posted a TikTok last Wednesday, right after the Timberwolves game, and as of right now, that video has about 2,000 views. So it's been really fun to do. But yeah, guys, I'll see you guys next Saturday. Thank you guys for listening, and yeah, I'll see you guys next Saturday.